The year was 1996. From the base of Mount Diablo in the land of Northern California rose a terrible and hellish plan. A plan concocted by a then unknown game developer named David Brevik. It was something that would shake the world of gaming forever. From the fires and ashes of Brevik's mind, this demon arose, the series known only as Diablo.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and poor Farnham.
Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and click on the links in the description to vote on upcoming content. When it was released on New Year's Eve in 1996, the game community was taken aback. It was unlike anything gamers had seen before, a hack-and-slash game mixed with point-and-click mechanics with a dark, adult-oriented tone. No more of the cartoonish orcs and elves we were used to from Blizzard. This game had demons, references to hell, and a whole lot of blood. It was haunting, it was horrific, but most of all, it was very addictive and fun. The small burning ember of an idea erupted into a hellfire, becoming a smash hit that spawned 2 sequels and turned into one of Blizzard's flagship franchises. Since its inception and release, Diablo has sold over 50 million copies and spawned quite the following.
If these translations are correct, the powers of hell could already be on the move.
However, this monumental moment in gaming history almost didn't happen. In 1994, David Brevik was working on other games, all while pitching his idea for a new game to different companies, far off from the Diablo we all know and love today. The game was originally conceived to be a single-player, turn-based RPG with claymation graphics. Developers would hear his pitch and all give the same response: RPGs are dead.
With an idea for a claymation, turn-based single-player RPG with the working title of Diablo.
However, much like the heroes in the game he would one day create, Brevik never gave up on his destiny. Eventually, collaborating with them on the SNES's Justice League Task Force, Brevik met with Blizzard Entertainment, then known as Silicon and Synapse. They already had quite a foot in the proverbial door of PC gaming, coming off of their smash hit Warcraft Orcs and Humans and following it up with Warcraft 2 Tides of Darkness in December of 1995. When they and Brevik met, it was like a match made in heaven, and in June of 1995, Blizzard expressed interest in his idea. So the contracts were signed, and Brevik's company, Condor Games, was ready to create their game with the backing of publisher Blizzard.
Well, what can I do for you?
However, no big idea is without its roadblocks. Despite having expressed interest in Brevik's original idea, Blizzard came back with a request. 6 months into development, they wanted the game to be in real time and feature multiplayer, a decision that Brevik was adamantly against. He thought that adding a multiplayer aspect would ruin the tone of the game, and that the dread of poor decision-making that was felt between turns would be lost in real-time action. But ultimately, the plan was taken to a vote. Brevik voted no, but the rest of the team voted yes.
And we voted, and I voted no, and everybody else voted yes.
So in the interest of fairness, Brevik grudgingly agreed to morph his beautiful brainchild. Something changed that day though. Not just Diablo as a game, not just Brevik's life to come, not just Blizzard's future reputation as a legendary game developer, but gaming as a whole. Brevik said it best when he first clicked his warrior character across the tile-based room and destroyed a skeleton. After the character walked across and did so in real time, Brevik exclaimed, "Oh my god, that was awesome."
And I was like, oh my god! That was awesome!
The Diablo-style dungeon crawler, aka the point-and-click hack-and-slash, the formula that has spawned countless copycats and imitators over the years, was born on that day. It was an incredibly poignant moment in gaming history, rightfully described as awesome.
Oh yeah. The butcher was on level 1.
However, this was not the end of Diablo's hardships. Condor was so excited about finally finding someone to publish their game that they hadn't realized that they were dreadfully underfunded. They then turned to working on different games, their 15-person staff and office space on borrowed time. This was until Blizzard's parent company at the time, Davidson, offered to acquire Condor so they wouldn't have to worry about funding. However, another company, 3DO, offered twice as much money to work under them.
So we signed an agreement to do a football game called NFLPA Superstars.
This is where the universe splits off into 2 different parallel paths. One where Brevik takes the money, 3DO is credited with creating one of gaming's most important franchises, and is hailed as a legendary publisher that to this day still creates money-making franchises, and one where Brevik and company go to Blizzard. Yep, Brevik took the road of loyalty, citing the fact that they were so ingrained in Blizzard's culture at the time that it would be silly to be acquired by anyone else. Not only that, but Blizzard had something other developers couldn't offer Brevik, a feeling of mutual understanding. Blizzard got Diablo, which may not have been the case for 3DO. So Davidson bought Condor, and the company was renamed Blizzard North. Development of Diablo continued. Taking inspiration from other gaming franchises, they used the tile-based movement of XCOM, the quick and modern menu style of Doom, and Brevik even developed his own user interface for the game, citing once again console gaming and Doom for its simplistic style.
And we love the Doom style menus, right? And it was really easy to navigate those kind of things. So we want to do the simplest interface that you could possibly do.
The last 8 to 9 months of development were appropriately hellish for the team. Not only were they struggling to get the game out by the promised Christmas 1996 release, but Brevik and his wife were expecting a baby in the coming months too. However, they somehow managed to get the game out by New Year's Eve of 1996.
Thank goodness you returned. Much has changed since you lived here, my friend.
And the rest, as they say, is history. Diablo became a hit critically and commercially, selling over 2 million copies by the time its sequel hit store shelves in the year 2000. The game helped pave the way for Blizzard's reputation as one of gaming's greatest developers. For Brevik, his daughter was born on January 3rd, 4 days after his brainchild was released to the public. So he had a lot to be smiling about in 1997.
And turned out to be something that I'm very proud of, and something that will be remembered for a long time, and I'm just so happy that I was able to participate in.
An expansion titled Hellfire was developed by Synergistic Software and published by Sierra in November of 1997, essentially adding content on top of the core game, including the Monk class. Climax Studios worked on a port of the game for the PlayStation 1, which was published by Electronic Arts in 1998, which did not receive the praise the PC version did, but was considered a passable port and a good entry point for console players. But that was just the beginning. Check back with MojoPlays for part 2 of our History of the Diablo series, where we'll explore the instant success of Diablo 2 and the trials and tribulations of Diablo 3. Thanks for watching MojoPlays. Be sure to subscribe and click on the link in the description below to check out our suggestion page and vote on what content you'd like to see us cover next.